Hello, this is Clint from the Farmer's Grove, and I hope the wind's not too bad, but I just wanted to show, I really can't see what's in the screen, it's so bright out here, but I'm in Dunlap Zone 7, and I just wanted to show you kind of how we're working on getting our soil better and using cover crops and different things I got going on. Now, what you see here is buckwheat. It's getting ready to start flowering. Next to that is comfrey, which all of my pawpaws do. Now inside of these pepper cages are pawpaw trees, and I do that just in case things get out of control, I have to go away or something. I know exactly where they are. So I have that, and then we have some mimosa trees which are nitrogen fixing. When you come down and you look at this, what looks like grass right now, that's actually millet. And I'm kind of curious to see. I'm going to take a bunch of these heads over and see what the chickens do with it. But when you look down these beds, it's really lush and green and everything like that. Now what looks like Johnson grass, probably back here on the back, that's Sudan grass. But you need to be a little bit forewarned on Sudan grass. If I let that go completely, it's going to get about 8 to 10 feet tall, which on these sides of the pawpaw, which when the sun is coming, it sets in that direction. So I've got really tall grasses on the other side, but I'm going to probably keep them clipped about 5 or 6 feet. Serious amount of biomass there. Plus there won't be any grass in this by fall. And then I can go right into another cover crop, which can be a lot of tillage radishes and stuff like that. So we have buckwheat and we have millet mixtures, we have comfrey, we have our trees, and we just keep repeating this all the way down here. And then we're going to come to the banana trees, which are also for shade, and they have a lot of silicon in them for mulch. And then you'll see that they'll be shading some of these pawpaw trees. Another very healthy comfrey, another pawpaw tree right there, more millet, more buckwheat. Now where I had places like this right here that having tall grass was not going to be a problem, I'm going to allow that Sudan grass to get pretty tall. And where there's not trees, because some of the pawpaw trees didn't make it through the drought last year, that it's all got Sudan grass. I'm trying to get as much biomass as I can into this soil because my organic matter is really low. So that's kind of the goal we're doing here on the Farmer's Grove right now, is more worried about soil fertility. But you can see up through the orchard, it's looking pretty lush, it's looking pretty good. And I'm so glad we got some rain this year, so the cover crops are actually going to do what they're supposed to. Now, when you're doing cover crops like this, I just broadcast seed. Like here's a little banana tree. I'm going to go in there with my rice knife and I'm going to clear out around all this. That's actually what I'm getting ready to do right now. Around the trees, even the little mimosa trees and different things like that. That way they don't get choked out, and they've got kind of like a ring of a sanctuary or something like that. Like here's a pawpaw tree that is coming outside the pepper plant. The pepper cage. The buckwheat may start getting a little too close to it, so I'm just going to whack it back a little bit. If the Sudan grass gets too tall, it looks like it starts shading it out, I can whack it back. See, I have complete control of the cover crops that I'm putting in here, but I want to do this because the other option, and if you look up through here, guys, I know wood chips is kind of like the holy grail of what everybody says when they start talking about a system like this. But when you look around of everything like this, I've already got in this system, I think it was 19 loads of wood chips. And it's like because of the size, that's obvious that's not the best way to go with this. Now I'm still going to continue to put wood chips because it helps in organic matter and in the fungal food, but it's going to be better for me to grow the organic matter with the cover crops, chop and drop, regrow another cover crop, chop and drop, this repeat to do that instead of just coming down, because just on this one row right here, to do this one row, which is probably about 90 yards long, for me to do it 8-9 feet wide of that is a lot of wood chips. So I use them when I've got them. I put a bunch of them out, but if you're going to be on any type of bigger scale, I don't see any other way that you're going to build up organic matter in that soil and you know, really curtail the grass inside of these beds, so you could turn around later and grow different stuff that you wanted to grow without fighting the grass so much than you can with cover crops. So I just wanted to show this. It's just doing pretty good before I get in here and start whacking around some of these trees and plants to give it a little bit of wiggle room.